This is your sign to start booking your hot girl summer plans now. If you've ever dreamed of exploring exciting new places with your best friends, partying together late into the hot summer nights, and making actual memories that go beyond the group chat, then what are you waiting for? We're Mackenzie and Johnny, and we're trying to finish visiting 30 countries before we turn 30, and right now we're in the Balkans. We're on our way to Sarajevo, and we're picking up our bestie, so we're ready to start our hot girl summer. Any moment now.
Ja, als je het aanraakt.
So Sarajevo was supposed to be the highest of highs. We met up with Katherine. This city is so unique. It's so cool. There's so many amazing places to eat, and the culture is so alive. It's buzzing here. The sunsets are incredible, and there is so much history. Like World War I started here in Sarajevo, and there is so many amazing historical sites and museums and events going on. But of course, it would not be travel or backpacking without a raging 24-hour flu bug sickness. We were in the cutest brunch spot. I'm talking aesthetic, like black and white, Instagram ready style brunch spot. And we haven't seen a lot of these in the Balkans. So we were really excited to go to brunch this day. But I woke up and I knew things were just not right. I went along with it. We were going to go on a walking tour. I ordered this really bougie hazelnut iced coffee, and things right away started to shift for the worst. And I went to the bathroom. The only one that was open was the girls, but I was like, I need to go. So I went in. It was a really tiny bathroom, and there's two ends that are a possibility when you're sick, and I had to make a choice because both ends were about to be active. So I was using the first end, and then I really had to go out the second end. So I noticed there was a little tiny wastebasket in the room, and I went out the second end into the wastebasket, and then I realized there was no little bag in the wastebasket. So I looked around, and then someone knocked on the door, and this little girl was trying to come into the girls' bathroom. Of course, that's reasonable. But the lock wasn't really working, so I put my hand up and held the door while I reached back and found a spray bottle of deodorant, which I think they were using as an air freshener in the bathroom. I sprayed a bunch of it into the wastebasket and then put toilet paper in, closed that up, and hoped no one would notice. Oh, the person who has to clean that later is definitely going to notice. Then I finished going to the toilet. I quickly let myself out of the bathroom, didn't acknowledge anyone else who was waiting, including the little girl, and left. And I went straight home and was sick for the next 24 hours. That is a raging travel flu bug, if I ever have heard of one. And it was traumatic. And we're not done yet. She got Mackenzie too, gal. About an hour and a half later, she showed up at our door with the same symptoms. Katherine ended up being the only one who was able to finish out the walking tour, which was not the first day out here that she was expecting. Mackenzie and I ended up resting, watching a bunch of Sex and the City, and next day felt a little bit better. Before we leave Sarajevo, I at least have one cool thing to tell you about the city. So if you're ever here, you have to stop by Kazanzaluk, otherwise known as the famous coppersmith streets here in Sarajevo. This narrow cobblestone lane is lined with artisan shops that have been handcrafting copper goods for centuries. Since the 16th century, to be exact, when Sarajevo was buzzing as an Ottoman trading post, and it still feels like you've stepped back in time here. You'll hear the occasional tapping of hammers that echo along the street as coppersmiths carve intricate designs into their trays and make cute jewelry and Bosnian coffee sets, which also make the best souvenirs if you're not in a small backpack like we are. This whole area was once the heart of Sarajevo's metalworking scene, and today many of the shops are still run by the families who've been in the trade for generations. The craftsmanship is so unique, so beautiful to look at, even if you just want to walk around and don't have to buy anything. But getting cute copper matching rings is an essential part of hot girl summer. So we've been in Sarajevo the past couple days. I was partly out of commission because I had a raging 24-hour bug. Would it really be travel if you don't get sick for 24 hours? But on the mend, and we picked up a new friend along the way. Katherine is here! Yay! We're headed to Split, so back to Croatia today, and it's our longest bus ride we've taken yet, so fingers crossed for us. I think this one has a bathroom, which is a good sign. It's gonna be a good trip. We made it to Split. after a long travel day and just recently feeling a bit better, we needed to save all our energy to be the hot girls of Hot Girl Summer. So we took our first night in Split, Croatia easy and got ourselves ready for tomorrow. Okay, we have arrived at a very important part of our trip. I have some lore I need to share with you. So this is the legend of Miss Fanta. This is us before the boat party pub crawl. When we signed up for this boat cruise, it was very clear we could not bring any open bottles onto the boat. Like, no liquids that had been opened. It was clear in the email, clear when you signed up. Thank you so much.
I bought it so I can have it. Have fun, guys.
Thank you. While we were in line waiting, this girl had a bottle about half full of what looked like orange Fanta. And let me tell you, she was fighting to bring this bottle in. Like, she was giving all the reasons why she needed to bring it in. All the people were saying, you can't bring it in. They were showing her the email saying you can't bring it in. They were saying, no way, we can hold it here for you if you want. You can come back and get it. And she was fighting for this little bit of orange liquid to come in. Very sus, if you know what I mean. And she then uttered the most iconic line, which we go on to say for the rest of our trip together, it's not my problem. Yes, she was Australian. Long story short, they didn't let her bring the bottle on. She took a huge swig of it before giving it to them, and it looked questionable. And that was how we started the boat cruise. So if that was any indication of how things were gonna go,
Party Split, how are you guys?
this boat cruise started off Fanta and has ended turning up foolish. We had the best time. The DJ was amazing. The music was super fun. There was lots of good throwbacks.
They're playing Lady Gaga. We need to go now. We're going.
And everyone was just vibing by the end. We were all a bit tired, you know, coasting after all of the drinks and cocktails that we had together, but it was such a beautiful way to sort of end the day. This felt like a quintessential Split Croatia experience, partying with the travelers, partying with the backpackers. Honestly, I could not do this again for another month, but I will not forget it for years, I swear.
Healing my inner child.
And legend has it, if you get just inebriated enough, Miss Fanta will appear.
This is us after the boat cruise.
And when you are getting off a party boat in Split, Croatia, nothing hits the spot quite like some gelato and seeing some traditional Croatian dance in the city center. Hello. If this is not already hitting for you, picture yourself standing beside your bestie after a day of fun in the sun, slightly tipsy. It's slapping hard.
This is chaotic.
Today we are taking a ferry from Split over to the island of Hvar. We haven't taken a ferry yet in Croatia. We just bought our tickets at this dock and then we're gonna be boarding at the next dock. The boat's in about an hour and they were 25 euros each. We found the spot that looks like it's the waiting. We checked and everyone else here is waiting for Hvar and people are just getting off. So I think we're in the right spot. No one from that group was moving and the boat is supposed to leave in 5 minutes. So we just started walking and hopefully we can get on. We asked some other girls and the boat is apparently late and gonna come right here. We don't know which side to enter, so this is chaotic.
Thank you.
Thank you. Officially made it onto the ferry. We got seats with extra leg room, VIP. They have these places to store your luggage. There's AC. Honestly, this is lovely. We are zooming. We made it to Hvar. We made it to Hvar and I never have naps in the afternoon. I find it so hard to sleep in the day, but today I did and it was lovely. Feel like a brand new person. And I was about to just say naps are so lovely, but I clearly am still waking up because Mackenzie had to stop me from stepping in front of a fast moving car around a corner. So maybe they're more dangerous than I thought. Tonight with dinner, we are having wine that was made up on the hilltop. We can see the place it was made over there. This is giving hot girl summer.
Would anyone like more water?
Miss Fanta. We had a really lovely chill morning and then I got so hungry that I got a bit existential, as I do. So needed to stop for a little snack. And the old town of Hvar is so stunning. More snacks for the beach. You can eat the snack, but you cannot escape the chocolate. I'm actually obsessed with the old town of Hvar. There's so many like little winding streets and staircases. So many cute shops, so many plants everywhere. It is magical. Such a cool vibe. I love it. Things I found at the beach today. A piece of a plate, a sea urchin carcass that I'm pretty sure an octopus ate, that's why it has a hole in it. A vape. No, it does not work anymore. AirPods with the AirPods in them, and a pair of tidy whities. These are some tips for planning a hot girl summer of your very own. Number one is book things in advance. The summertime, especially in Europe, is one of the times where things are busy and booked and you do want to have things mapped out and a little more planned in advance. Sometimes it's wonderful to travel and really go with the flow, play things by ear as you go. But the summer in Europe, you don't want to play around. You want to have things fairly mapped out and fairly booked in order to get the right price and be able to go where you want to go. Number two, party like hot girl summer is ending tomorrow, but don't go somewhere because of the parties. What I mean by that is we had some really unique nights out in places that weren't known solely for their nightlife or their club scene. Katherine and I were dead set on finding a club on Hvar and we ended up becoming a meme.
I have a few little glasses of wine. I say time for a jeté.
Oh, in heels too. Oh. The one time where no posture is good posture. Yeah. He nailed it. Now do a spread eagle jump.
Do not tempt me. It makes for a more authentic nightlife experience. Doesn't mean never go somewhere that's known for a good club scene. It's always fun, as you can see from the boat cruise. And number three, chat it all out before you go on the trip. Talk about everything from budget to plans to when you want to wake up in the morning, how much you want to eat out, how much you're bringing, just so that these things are not discrepancies between each other. And when you're traveling with your besties, you can minimize the stress, minimize the fights, and just have the best hot girl summer together and make the most amazing memories possible. So yesterday when we were by the sea, so many people brought drinks and cups to watch the sunset together, and we were like, that's a good idea. That's what we're gonna do tonight. This morning we went to get wine from a winery that's up near where we're staying, and I'm just running to get us ice, and clearly we were just swimming. and then we're gonna drink and watch the sunset. Now to find ice. Okay, the first market did not have ice, but we saw people with a bag of ice yesterday, so it's gotta be somewhere. I'm gonna try a different one. Also, now the sunset has started to happen, so I'm on a time crunch. Okay, I asked here as well, and apparently it's at the front. I found it. Now to make it back before the sun goes down. Tonight we have a local wine from up on the hills of Hvar called Goddessa, because we are goddesses.
Facts.
If this has not been a big enough sign for you to plan a hot girl summer with your besties, then start with calling them up. Tell them how much you love them and miss them, and you can't wait till your next adventure together again. Two.